What's up, fight fans? Man, the fight's over with. Round one, Sports Talk, official sweater. Yeah, that's cool. That's going down. I'm just rewatching this fight a little bit. This was a good fight. Marlon Tapales and Naoya Inoue had a good fight. I had a lot of technical difficulties this morning. I got a very late start. And Tapales is finding his rhythm here. Ooh, nice. Nice jab. What's up, guys? Man, the fight is done with. It's concluded. I became that guy. I got up and when I logged in, it was in the last round. Fuck it. I was like, yo, I'm upset. Yo, can anybody let me know if you can hear me okay and see me okay? I don't want them to say anything about it. Yo, I got the new setup now, right after Christmas. Yo, we can hear you. Thank you, man. What an amazing fight, guys. Huh? The Tapales did a lot better than anybody expected him to do, including myself. You know what I think about this fight with Tapales is that he showed toughness and grit. He was in this fight right here. He was prepared to take an ass whooping. He was definitely prepared to take an ass whooping, and he was definitely prepared to go to war. Tapales his mental fortitude in this fight, above all, was stronger than any other fighter that came in against the Japanese superstar. You can tell he actually wanted to win this fight. Yo, Tapales did so good, bro. He did. He did so good, man. And I think with this win, his stock might go up. You know, he can do his thing later on. Listen, when you're fighting against a Japanese, fighter that is so fast, not just a Japanese fighter, but any fighter that's as fast as Naoya Inoue, it's hard to catch his timing. But the Tapales, in a lot of sense, he was catching them good, and then he started doing that Philly shell, and we talked about that Philly shell shit. Not everybody can pull that shit off, bro. Unless you got all the fucking twitch muscle reflexes and you were born with all that God-given talent in between, it's not going to look as good. You know what I mean? What up, Doc? What up, Carlos? What up, CH? Jamie Boy, 14. What's up? Tapales heart. Tapales got heart. Yeah, he has heart. I mean, he's a world champion. He didn't become a world champion because he didn't have heart. You know. The reason why I didn't go live when the fight happened is one, I woke up late and I thought it was gonna get in. Two, my streaming application crashed and this laptop froze. When I finally got everything situated and fixed, and I paid to buy it, the 1099 for uh, fucking Disney Channel or whatever. I bought it. Yo, it cleared and everything. As soon as it cleared, I was watching Marlon Tapales go down. Boom. Yo, I was pissed. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Yo, it wasn't even 7 o'clock in the morning yet. It was like 6:30 something, almost 6 something. Yeah. And he was already out. I was like, motherfucker, bro. I became that dude. What I talked about. I didn't want to miss the fight. But I'm actually watching it right now. Again, I'm in the 8th round right now, in fact. And I'm watching the fight. I can see that Marlon did a lot of that. He was doing it. I mean, it's a good defense because it does protect the body and it does protect his face from this side if you could pull. But the Japanese superstar was just that much faster. And interesting enough, I also noticed a technical flaw in Marlon's approach. His foot was in the inside. He wanted his foot on the outside a lot. It looked like right now he's turning his toes inward. That's going into the Japanese superstar's right hand. Maybe he felt comfortable. Maybe he was trying to bait him for the right hand. He was showing him that. He was like, look, my foot's here. Boxers do that. Oh, that was a nice shot. Marlon has good movement, man. He's a great fighter. Is that the Japanese superstar is truly on different level than above. He's above levels than all these guys. Yeah, man, but he did it, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. He unified all 4 belts. Now what? Now what are they gonna say? Now all these records are gonna start to come into play because it's no more speculation or what if. He is a two-time all 4 belts. This is fucking amazing. He unified all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions and within a calendar year, within 6 months. So now that record is in effect. It is official. So now let's just think about this. He just crushed Terence Crawford's record. Although Terence Crawford, the American, did it first. Hats off to you, brother. No one can take that away from you. Phenomenal accomplishment for Terence Crawford. But if we were looking at this as in where do you, if you both have the same accomplishment, where do you break down to separate both fighters? Where do you break it down, right? So you would have to go on how they did it. How they did it, right? Okay. It took Terence Crawford 7 years, 6 years, 6.5 years, 6 years and some change to unify all 4 belts. It took him 6 months. Damn. Right? So then, wow, that's incredible. 6 months, man. 6 months. So, and then he vacated all 4 belts at 118 pounds last year. Within a calendar year of that, of vacating all 4 belts, he already secured another 4 belts within a year. That is remarkable shit right there. You're gonna vacate all your belts at 118 pounds, and within a year, you already have 4 belts. Come on, man. That is some fucking ridiculous shit you will never see. That is some fucking Tom Brady shit, 7 Super Bowl ring type shit. When's the next quarterback that's gonna go to 10 Super Bowl appearances and win 7 of them? When are we ever gonna see that again? Probably fucking never. That's when, right? When are we gonna see some shit like this? This is not gonna happen again. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody might be watching this guy fight, and they might not think that this is a big deal what he is doing. But make no mistake, man, he's killing the game right now. You know, look, this is what it's all about, bro. These belts, champions, man, legends, legendary status, bro. To have that young kid have your poster on his wall coming up looking at you, and when he's looking up at you, his favorite fighter, bro, has set the bar like this, What do you think all them young quarterbacks and Tom Brady, he got them all on the TB12 diet and shit. Everybody's doing that shit now. You know why? Because they want to win. And when you want to model a boxer, you're going to model him after a guy like this. And all the young boxers that are coming up right now that are witnessing this and that truly understand what is taking place, this is special right here. This is truly special. We're not going to see this again, bro. We're not going to see this. Our our kids are going to tell their grandkids about fighters like this and be like, well, my father was around when he was around, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm trying to tell you, it ain't going to happen. This is some historical shit right here. What does he do from here? Um, I don't have an answer right now for you because like I said, I stopped it. I didn't want to see what he said after the fight. So you guys probably know that more than me. I'm in the ninth round right now. Only got one more round to go. I know what happens, but I have to see it for myself no matter what. I have to see it. And as soon as like this 3 minutes go by, I'm just gonna give you my full assessment of what I really think about the entire fight. I mean, I probably could talk about it right now because I seen the last round in this and that round right here, the ninth. Let me tell you something right now. To go down in the fourth round like that, he is probably one of the only men that survived a knockdown from the Japanese superstar and was able to recover and go into further rounds. Let's keep that in mind too. Usually, all opponents that he have hurt like this, he doesn't let them off the hook. When he knocked down Donaire, is what I'm saying, right? He came out in the next round. What he took him 15, 20 seconds to put Donaire away, right? Okay, everyone he has hurt, it's either the following round or in that round, once he knocks you down, he's going to end the fight. Who's he? Name me a fighter that he knocked down like that and that continue to go rounds like this. Whoever got knocked down by him. There's probably somebody. I just can't really think of it on top of my head. But I haven't seen it a lot. Like, look, it's so rare that I got to fucking sit here and be like, who did it? Let me see if you guys know. Tapales was saved by the bell in the fourth round. Yeah, he was saved by the bell. Donaire was saved by the bell in the first. 15 seconds after he came out of the round in the second round, he was knocked out. Same thing happened to Donaire. Tapales. Tapales got knocked down. The bell saved him, but he had enough fortitude and enough fight in him, and enough smarts, and he knew that. Look, he got dropped in the fourth. He went 6 more rounds. That's telling you something. I'll tell you one thing right now. How many of you thought Tapales was going to make it into the 10th round with the Japanese superstar? Go. How many of you? Give me a real answer. Just if you didn't, be like, nah, I didn't think. Ooh. Wow, he's out. Okay, let's talk about this. That was beautiful. That's beautiful. That was beautiful. Let's see it one more time. Oh yeah, nice. Oh, well, yeah. I tell you what. That's what I was talking about when I was talking about with you guys, and I was saying that even though if you block the shots, that you'll still feel them. And it goes to show you that even if you block one of the Japanese superstars' punches, they're incredibly hard. Is that he blasted through his high guard and just dropped Tapales. By the way, you guys are loving the Round One Sports Talk sweater. I gotta thank my family. My family put this together for me for Christmas. As you can see, we had another change background and everything. I just want to send shouts out to all the people that supported the channel and that have helped me put this together right here. I can't thank you enough. Um, Thank you for everyone. You know exactly who you are. My brothers, my brother Jose, my brother Rob, my girl, everybody that put something together, all my viewers, all the donations, all the money I put back into the program. I just want to let you guys know from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas, and thank you for everything. So, let's talk about this fight. John Ryder, what's up? He's already getting the morning trying to get it spicy, huh? Omar Narvaez. Omar Narvaez was the guy, huh? Uh, Tapales. Almost time. What's up, guys? Everybody's up. What's up, John? Lou? Thank you, Ron. Listen, this Japanese superstar has just set himself in a trajectory because right now, what he did today, you know what this does for him today? It means that they top rank, ESPN, all of them got to redo the pound for pound list. That's right. This man just moved the needle on the pound for pound list. Let's not forget, by the end of this day right now, you should be able to go on the pound for pound list, and I'm not sure. I think they'll do it Wednesday. I think they do it on Wednesdays. So I think it would be this Wednesday. The list will be changed. And I believe that Naoya Inoue's name should go on the top of the list for multiple reasons too as well. Not only because he secured all four belts, not only because he secured all four belts with a knockout, not a unanimous decision. Okay, he secured the titles with a knockout. Okay, just like Terence Crawford did, because that's important. Because when you go back and you match up these two guys, if Terence Crawford secure his belts with a knockout, then the Japanese superstar must do that as well. Yes, he does. Okay, because it's that close. It's razor thin. So when what they're gonna do is they're gonna start going through shit with a fine tooth comb. That's what's gonna happen, right? Where it's gonna come down that it's gonna really separate, I'm going to tell you exactly where it's going to separate. One, first they're going to try to say that the time frame doesn't matter, right? Which is ridiculous, right? Because time frame does matter. Okay, the Japanese superstar secured it in 6 months, but they're going to try to go on to something else. Where the Japanese superstar is going to win in the argument, he's been more active. That's where he wins. You are measured and judged by your fights. How many times you fight? Every time you enter the ring, you're putting yourself at risk of losing it all. Am I right? So how are you going to compare 2, 3 fights to one fight or 2 fights? You see? You see? So Terence Crawford did fight twice. He fought the white dude that he knocked. Remember when his glove broke? It was ripping. He had that little bullshit fight waiting for Errol Spence Jr. Prior to that, one time. You see? And that's where it's going to come in. They're going to say that the Japanese superstar had more fights at a closer span and was way more active than Terence Crawford. Since the Terence Crawford fight, in fact, Naoya Inoue, since Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford had their fight, Naoya Inoue has fought twice. Terence Crawford hasn't fought anybody. That's where he leaves him. And that's where the debate is going to be at the truth. That's the core of the debate right there. You cannot be considered a better fighter than me if I'm more active than you and we have the same achievements. They have the same accolade. It has to go to something else. That's where Naoya Inoue gets him. My personal opinion, I just believe that Naoya Inoue is taking care of business at a higher level. He has truly separated himself from the American fighter Terence Crawford in a way, because his last fights were all these kinds of, world titles, jumping weight divisions, etc., etc. Terence Crawford has been in this weight division for the past 6.5 years, the same weight division. It's this is like truly remarkable shit what I'm saying, because he technically left the 118-pound weight division in December when he fought Paul Butler. Remember that? And he vacated all the belts. And was it December? A year ago? Anyway, so he vacates those belts and he goes into the 122 pounds. And at 122 pounds, he fights two guys, unifies all belts. He just crushed the 122-pound weight division. Technically, there is no one there he needs to fight. But I need to now remind you guys that, securing all four of these belts is not fucking easy, bro. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he vacates these and he goes up, that would say a lot to me, because that's meaning, bro, they're not going to stop me. I believe in my abilities. I'm going to go after this belt. And in this building, in this business, you have to have somebody that's going to back you, right? Bob Arum, I don't agree with a lot of shit that man does, right? But he is a fucking legend in the sport. Bob Arum, as the promoters, and he's been around some of the best in the world, okay? And in this sport, it's a dog eat dog world. So he can just be a snake just like the rest of them. You don't know the shit they be doing to him. That's why he does some of the shit he does. So anyway, and that's the thing I'm saying about Naoya Inoue. Bob Arum does a lot of crazy shit, but he has good backup. He has good backup. When it comes to the fact of Top Rank securing those big fights for him, at least he has those guys. Because if the Japanese superstar really wants these fights, they will get him these fights. Or they're going to try to push mountains. They can't make the other guys stop running, until they corner him, where that now all sanctioning bodies feel that the Japanese superstar is the number one contender, and all four major sanctioning bodies have him ranked number one. Then like you become the guy's mandatory, So you still can't make anybody fight you. They still have the opportunity to vacate and leave. They still not, they get, so but this is an incredible night. It's a historical night. It's 7 o'clock in the fucking morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I would like to be more alive, more yelling about this, but unfortunately the rest of my family is still sleeping. Okay. I'm just waiting to see what all these guys on YouTube are gonna say now. What are they gonna say now? Huh? All these guys hopping on talking about, oh no, he was a hype job. Just 1 year ago, this guy was a hype job. He was X, Y, and Z. He was too small, too little. And by the way, he looked great in size tonight. He's even looking stronger, right? From his legs all the way up, he's starting to look, more, a little bit heavier. He doesn't look as cut as he was when he was 118. So you can see he's starting to, like, the weight is starting to pack on, but you can see what he's doing. He's really trying to get it forming like muscle. His little brother got a little bit better physique, I believe. But you could see he's packing it on, and that's what I wanted to see too. If he was still as sharp, as fast, and like he's not missing a beat, because I know he came into this fight, even though they make weight afterward, dehydrating a little bit heavier, but it was only 1 pound, or like 1.5 pounds or some shit like that. So let me hear some of your reactions. Win W for Naoya. Yeah, that's what's up. Washington. Yes, it was. And it was an impressive one. It was an impressive one. But This time right here was good for the Naoya Inoue because in so many different ways. Um, you what he's gonna want is to feel some of these guys, big guys' powers. And as you can see, that there are men that can handle his power. Tapales was able to endure a lot of his powers, but I expressed this in one of my videos. Um, will he get his moment in the fight? Will his moment come? And will he be already so battered that when his moment came, he couldn't respond? You see? And, we're watching the fight and you're looking at it, but you actually don't know what he's feeling. You know, this man could be fighting back all kinds of pain, and just the grit of being like, man, nah, I'm not losing. I'm not losing. I'm not losing in front of my family. I'm not. I told my kids I'm bringing these whole belts home, and he went in there and he bit down on the mouthpiece and he came forward. He tried to come forward a little bit more in round 4, and look what happened when he came forward. He stood in the pocket. He tried to make the Japanese superstar stand in there with him, and the Japanese superstar did. They met in the center of the ring, head to head, hand to hand, and the Japanese superstar broke that shit up. As soon as he hit Marlon Tapales with a couple good clean shots, as you notice, he hit Marlon to the body. Marlon tried to go like this to discourage the Japanese superstar. He was like, man, your body shots ain't doing shit. Really, it ain't doing nothing. Just right after that, he dropped him with one. So, they were both trying to get into each other's heads. And Marlon did want to stand in the pocket with the Japanese superstar, and the Japanese superstar would impress me so much about him. And what always impresses me about him is that he was like, "That's what you want?" He said, "Okay," and he stood head to head with him, glove to glove with him, like this, and went boom, boom. And Marlon was the one that pushed back. He was, "Oh no, no, that's not a good idea," and he backed up. He backed up off him. It had it, and the Japanese dude is looking at him like, I thought you wanted to go toe to toe. I mean, and that's one of the elite best fighters in the world. He didn't shy away from it. If this is the way you wanted to fight, the Japanese dude was like, this is what you want? Okay, I'll fight you at your own game. Elite fighter. Elite fighter. You know how when your coach tells you, you can't fight this guy in the inside. He's too strong in the inside. You got to get on the outside and make sure you keep him at bay. Don't let him get like Brandon Figueroa, right? He's one of those pressure fighters that moves in and wants to hit like this, right? And your coach tells you keep him on the outside. The Japanese superstar welcomed it. That's not his fighting style. We all know this. That is not his fighting style. And he was like, and he said, what? You want to fight in the inside? He said, okay, let's go. And yo, that was one of the funniest things in the fight when I saw it. I said, wait a minute, Marlon just initiated, and he was going backwards. He was like, oh, he must have felt some shit right there, right? So that was awesome. Round 4, yeah. So look, man, was that a flash knockdown? Hell no. Oh, in the first round, was that a flash knockdown? Yo, he knocked him down. He knocked him down on when the referee called it like a slip. He was like, "Oh, that's a slip." Bro, technically, when he caught him with a punch. They didn't show a highlight. That was interesting. I want to see a highlight on that. But on the channel that I was watching it on, the Disney Plus, they didn't show us the highlight. So we never, you know how they broadcasted it? I didn't get to see it. So I saw it in real time. Like it happened quick. It went, and I was like, whoa. And then the referee was like, nah, he didn't knock him down. I was like, wait a minute. Even if you're stumbling or you stumble against your own feet and the guy catches you with a punch and you trip or whatever, as long as he hits you with a punch, that's a knockdown. That's a fucking knockdown, bro. That's like if your hand hits the ground. Floyd Mayweather got a knockdown in his career, and it was like a real suspect one, right? He broke his hand hitting the dude, right? The dude looked like the Elephant Man. He was like this, right? He hit him. He broke his hand. When he went to shake his hand, he touched the ground with his glove. And then the guy came and tried to hit him. The guy didn't hit him while he hit the ground, and that's still considered a knockdown. And the referee didn't call it. It doesn't matter if your glove touches the fucking canvas, it's like a fucking kicking a goal in the soccer thing. It doesn't matter if it was your own guy passing you the ball, right? It goes through the goal. Guess what? Does it count? Yeah, it counts, right? It should have fucking counted. You see? So that's why that knockdown should have counted for Naoya Inoue, because he effectively hit him with a shot while he was going. It wasn't a clean one. He was staggering. It was kind of like a trip, but that should have been counted one. But the referee, as you can see, they was like, let him fight. Let him fight. It was a left hook in the second round. Yeah. Yeah. Did I keep saying the first? Yeah, I probably am. I'm waking up, guys. Yeah. But how about, okay, let's not talk about the flash knockdowns, right? Whether it was a flash knockdown or not. What about the last one? How about that one? Did that work? It was that one good enough? Bro, he hit him right through the he couldn't take no more. Yo, his brain must have been rattling. He must have been like, bam. You know what I mean? For him to go down. Like, all the accumulations of all the punches all night in that 10th round caught up to him. It's what happened, because the shot didn't look like it was a devastating shot. That's how you know that it was an accumulation of all them punches. Did you see his face at the end of the fight? Like, give it a half hour, give it 45 minutes, and let that shit swell up. Because remember, they got the instant swell on his face. So all that damage is being pushed down. So you're not actually seeing his face. It's up to him. They come out with glasses or whatever. If he wants to post it, he can post it. But I can tell you from experience, his face is going to be like this. It's going to be like, he had marks from here. They were all tatted around here. He tatted his whole face up, bro. You have no idea the amount of the force or how strong the Japanese superstars' punches were. Marlon Tapales was battered. He was really battered. And you can see that last punch came straight through. He had enough. It was just too much at that point. He couldn't take no more. And that's what I was talking about. Will he be able to endure the kind of punishment that the Japanese superstar is putting out? Will he? He couldn't. So now where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we headed now? 126, 130? Where are we going? Where is he going? Where is he going? Where is he going? Now it's power and jab moving him. You were shocked that it even lasts that long, Jose? Listen, let me tell you something right now. You and the rest of the world is shocked that it went that long, because now that is one left-handed fighter that can say he went 10 rounds with the Japanese superstar. That is the first left-handed fighter that went that many rounds with that Japanese superstar. So that's saying a lot. If you're going to beat him, right, for all the other fighters looking in, as they can see that, Marlon Tapales was getting to the Japanese superstar. And I talked about that sneaky shot over his jab. He caught him with that shot. Everything I thought he was going to do in this fight, Marlon Tapales did. He did it. He just couldn't sustain it. He couldn't sustain it. The monster shut him down. And like I said, if you hit the Japanese superstar with that shot, careful, you're not going to be able to hit him again with it. Marlon Tapales got his punches in the fight, and he had his moments, but in the exchanges, he was losing in the power. You can see it. Once the exchanges started to happen, and he felt like he got the Japanese superstar with good combos and good shots to the body. That is the best person I've ever seen hit the Japanese, by the way, hit the Japanese superstar to the body. And he was able to take it. When he took those body shots and he took the head shots, he did that one step, came in and gave him his. Marlon took 2 steps backwards, where the Japanese took 1 and then came in and gave him the onslaught. That's where I started to recognize in the fight. I was like, wait a minute. He's doing what I thought he can do. He just can't manage it. There's something going on in there that I don't feel. And you know what that is? Those fucking punches, bro. That's what I don't feel. Because when you're at home yelling at your computer screen or TV screen saying, come on, attack him, you don't know what that guy's going through. You have no idea what punch. And then the poker faces they have, because, they're trained not to go, like that. He can get hit by a big shot. You wouldn't even know it. He's like, but inside he's fucking crying. He's like, what the fuck was that? Ah! Right? But outside he's like, you gotta be cool. You can't let this dude, you can't give him anything. You can't give the Japanese dude anything. You have no idea how his body was screaming inside. Adrenaline is pumping. When the adrenaline runs out and he's back in his locker room or in the hotel and they got a bag of ice on his head because his head's fucking throbbing from the beating, and then your face, the blood's not running no more, and you start to feel that in your face where it's just like pulsating, bro, you don't want nobody to touch you, man. For 2 or 3 days, bro, you're walking around like this. Your eyes are closed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And it's just like, man, I don't miss those days. I tell you that much. I never got my ass whooped like that, bro. I had a black eye, a little bloody nose a couple times, but I know some fighters that went through some bad ones, and I was there with them. So, yeah. But let's get some likes up in here. Come on, people. Hey, can I get some likes, please? All right. Ling, great analysis. As always, thought Tapales foot got in the way of Naoya sitting upwards as usual, but Tapales earned my respect. Landing. Yeah, no, I told you guys. That was the thing I was telling you. Look, had it been a different fighter in there with Marlon Tapales probably beats that guy. Marlon Tapales was on his game plan tonight. Let me tell you that right now, right? His timing. I talked about it. His timing is good. It was really look how well his punch placement is and his timing. He was able to catch up to the Japanese superstar. Most fighters can't hit. A defense that most fighters can't even figure out. He was hitting the Japanese superstar in those key moments. He was coming in trying to hit him, and Tapales was catching him. And at sometimes you can see that the Japanese superstar was like, well played. You could see it. He was like, nice. But it wasn't nice enough to impress him or to get the Japanese superstar worried in any way. He was like, good move. I respect you. That was a nice punch. Okay, I got something for you. And then he came out and switched it up. The cool thing about the Japanese superstar is that he's able to do these things. He switched up his fight approach, I think, realistically, 3 times. It was 2, but there was a 3rd time. I think in the 6th round, he kind of had a different kind of movement. I started seeing him, but he didn't do it for long, right? Marlon Tapales got into the Philly shell. He got into the Philly shell like this, which is very effective because, when you see that Marlon Tapales' style is not the Philly shell defense. That's not his fighting style. Man, he was putting them hands on him so much that he had him trying new shit. What the? Yo. He had to try something, But Marlon Tapales really showed up tonight, and it really showed with. Um, this is really gonna let a lot of coaches out there give a lot of film. Um, Naoya Inoue's power is for real. Now at 126, if you can get a guy that's a little bit more boxing technician, but as soon as I say that, then I start to remember all the boxing technicians the Japanese superstar has already come up against and or has already fought. There's no sooner than I say that. He has dispatched away from those guys your boxing technicians, your counter punchers. He's been in the ring with all of those guys. With all those styles, it's just going to have to take somebody that can match him. Match him slightly on the speed, match him on the footwork, match him in experience. You're going to have to bring something to the table that he doesn't have. Meaning, either you're going to have to bring a massive reach, massive height. But if you're anywhere in the same height, same reach, you're not bringing anything else to the table, then you're all done. You're all done. They're going to have to get a weight bully for real, for real, for real. It's going to have to be some tall dude that can cut weight extremely and long lengths. And when he packs on the weight, he's so much bigger. He has like 20 pounds or so on the Japanese superstar that he's able to take his punches and come forward. I think that's the way they're going to get to this kid. That's the only way I see them getting to the Japanese superstar, because if you match him skill for skill in his own division, no one right now currently that is active as a professional boxer is fucking with these dude. I don't believe it. What they're gonna end up probably trying to have to do is bringing them up all the way up, and then finally weight bullying him and saying, look, see, he wasn't the best, and not fighting him in his natural weight division where that other guy is fighting in his natural weight division. You see what I'm saying? But as long as he keeps winning like this, that's for the future. Right now, in the present day, in the moment, he's a two-division all four-belt holder. Yeah, yeah. Oh, every time I think about it, I because you guys, man, you guys gotta understand how hard this is. Man, just win one professional world title. Just one. Just one. Just win one. Come on, man. Some men in their career, their entire lives, have winning 2 or 3 belts. Some have ended their career only achieving 2 weight divisions, in which in actuality, that's really only 2 belts. Even if you get all 4 in your division, that's only 1 division. And then if you're a kind of champion that likes to jump divisions, they start counting your belts by divisions. For instance, like Floyd Mayweather, he has 5 belts, right? 5 weight divisions. They don't count the fucking 14 he made here or 10, whatever it is, the amount. He has like 27 real, belts, whatever. But, just to break it all down the fastest way, he has 5. Naoya has 4, Terrence Crawford has 3, for belts, just to put it like that. And wow, I've never seen anything like this in my life. I thought Floyd was the greatest boxer, to achieve the best, with all the money, the belts, everything. I didn't think that there would be no other form of a greater champion until this Japanese superstar came around. He really set the bar for boxing. It was like when Brady came to the sport of football. He showed all the other quarterbacks, hey, if you weren't out fucking around drinking and you were actually reading your playbook, maybe you'll win a game. He showed that he didn't have all God-given talent. He couldn't run the fastest, he couldn't jump the highest, but his will and his desire to win, to learn more all the time, was off the chart. And that's all he needed. And he worked on everything else, and he tightened up his game. That's the same thing the Japanese superstar is showing these boxers. He doesn't have all the gold chains. He's not in every party. He's not with every celebrity. You don't see him anywhere else. Where you see him? In the gym, doing his damn job. He understands that your your ability to be at a sport is a small window. You grow up all the way until you're like 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. You're not a professional athlete. By the time you ever get a chance to be a professional athlete, you're in your 20s, right? Let's just say. From 20 to 30 is 10 years. That's your window. That's it. From 30 to 35 was your prime. That's 5 years. The rest of your life, you'll be telling your story of how you played in your sport if you're lucky. Then you have the rest of your life to spend your money and enjoy your earnings, what you fought for, your achievements. It's a very small window for athletes. Very small. And these guys want to go in there, win world titles, get on the cover of fucking Sports Illustrated, and be in every bar, club in Hollywood, mixing it up, taking a year layoff, taking 18 months off, fucking around, and before you know it, you wake up and your name's Adrian Broner. And your career went right by you. And it's all said and done, and it's over with. And then now you're just doing these fights at 40 years old and trying to get a couple more dollars and be more dedicated when you were at your prime, you were too busy fucking off. Not this guy. Not this Japanese superstar. He's capitalizing on every opportunity in every moment and everything they give him. All he's asking is for a shot. Just give me a shot to prove myself. Don't try to hold me back. Don't stay in my way. Let's do this fair on the up and up. Stop trying to, like, when a fighter or somebody gets to the point where they're going to start to break some of these legends records, stop interfering. If he really, really, really can do some shit like this, man, the sport of boxing should be promoting him. All these sanctioning bodies should be getting by this guy. Get by your Brady, bro. Back him up. Don't allow these guys to duck this Japanese superstar. If the sport of boxing was really wanted to tighten it up, allow these young kids to mirror themselves and model themselves after this kind of champion, damn it. Allow this kind of champion to blossom, to show the world if you really bout this life, that's what it looks like. That's what you need to be doing. And these are the kind of fights and the kind of accomplishments you should be doing. Don't keep teaching these kids and watching them and all the gold chains and the diamonds and everything. And the boxer says, well, then that's what I want. Don't fall into that shit. This is what excellent looks like. And this is what a superior fighter looks like. Hard work, dedication. You got talent, match with hard work and dedication. Woo! Winning combination. Winning combination. Damn it. I love that. Hard work and dedication matched with God-given talent. Ooh, that's a recipe for success right there. And that's exactly what the Japanese superstar is doing. And they shouldn't. My fears and my concern is that once he did this right here, that all the powers that be were not going to let him take another step in another direction because he's getting too close to some of these people's records. And this is where I feel that he wasn't. But like I said, when you have Bob Arum Top Rank, you have players like that. And, in the beginning, they were probably using him, like trying to like get every dollar, whatever. Now he can use Top Rank and Bob Arum for the connections they have to get his foot in the door, to get him, in position to see if he can get some of these fighters to fight him, later in the future. So, look, man, it was a great fight for both fighters. Marlon Tapales really showed up. He wasn't there just collecting a paycheck. Most people said that he was there because, he only took this fight because it was the biggest payday of his career. It didn't look like that to me. It looked like this man came there to win. He definitely came into this fight to win, not to lay down. He didn't endure that ass whooping for that long if he didn't think that he could probably, once he got hit right through the guard, and he was rattled for the last time. He endured everything. I can imagine the accumulation of everything just weighed onto him, and he had had enough. He called it quits. And most men probably wouldn't have made it to the 10th. Some men would have stood down in that fourth round. So, hats off to him. Naoya Inoue. I would like to really, really see what happens from here. Uh, um, Luis Nares, I can imagine he's going to be all over social media. The rest of the guys, they're going to be calling him out. There's going to be a couple guys at 126 um, that are probably running scared right now. Not going to call him out. No one calls out the monster, but a bunch of guys that don't have no belts that need some money that want to fight, but no one that really has a belt. You notice calls them out. If they don't got no belt, they just want to fight. And fighting with this guy is a big money fight. So you could see why. And when you're that kind of champion, like just like Saul Canelo Alvarez was like, dude, man, I don't got time for you. I'm going in this direction. You're over here. I'm over here. You want me to turn around just because you got a big mouth? I don't think so. So, sometimes people, they want to want their shots and their opportunities. But listen, guys, it's 8 in the morning. Uh, I apologize for not being able to get in and tune in faster. And I became the one thing I didn't want to be, that guy. But damn it, the ring walk was early. In Japan, they don't play around. If they knock out in America, Las Vegas, if they say the ring walk is at 10 o'clock, you can knock everybody out in the first round leading up into your fight. They will not move the needle. Not in America. Now they just play rerun fights or something. They fill in the time. They'll tell them, get on there, start talking until 10 o'clock. And then that's when it happens. In Japan, you get a couple of knockouts early, they speed shit up. Yo, hey, next. Lesson learned. you know, Tapales survived fourth round because of the bell. He went into a zombie mode to survive until the 10th round. The pain was overwhelming by the ninth round on the 10th. That's exactly. He couldn't, you know what I mean? Tapales was great, and I will give him that. Tapales was great. I tell you what, um, do you think Tapales fought him better, or do you think that MJ would have fought him better? Do you think Tapales did the best fight possible, right? Today's fight, or you think MJ would have given him a fight? I think Tapales gave him the best fight. I don't think MJ would have been prepared to fight a kind of like the Japanese superstar. I think Tapales is 37 fights, all his boxing experiences, all the things he's fought multiple Japanese fighters and et cetera and et cetera. I think that was the best fight, and it really about time somebody can stand there and exchange with the Japanese superstar, go to his body better. That was probably the best anybody went to his body. These are some of the things I need to see. And Tapales helped me answer some of those questions for the Japanese superstar. And I can even see that he's gonna pass those tests too. So it was great. Marlon didn't have power. His defense. Uh Tapales was strong, but he was not a threat for Naoya. Willie, what up? Jose, what up? William, what's up? Mark, what's up? Philip, what's up? Tony, what's up? Stan, what's up? Yeah, some things gotta way bully and have more energy. Yeah. What's up, guys? Stan, yikes! Her, what's up? How you doing? What's up, Stan? Love you. Hey, yeah, look, Lee Woods versus Naoya. Anyway, that's not gonna happen, Jose. Lee Woods is already leaving the 126, and Lee Wood sparred against the Japanese superstar several times. When the Japanese superstar starts to I notice whenever he talks about his sparring partners and he points out the things that he liked about his partner, that's him being modest. That's him being merciful. That means he kicked your ass in that sparring match. That's what that means. 100%. So Lee Woods knows who the Japanese superstar is, and he knows he can't beat him. He's not going to fight him. He's not going to fight him. And then Rosie Ramirez, the 126 former champion of the WBO that lost, right? I think he's going to win it again. And I think he's going to be right there when it's time to fight for the Japanese superstar. Wait a minute. Every time I do this to myself, sometimes I pre-talk because I already got shit figured out in my head. That was under the calculation that he made a title defense at 122. That's under the pretense that he stays at 122, makes a title defense, then swings to 126, and that's where I think that he would fall in. You see, because I think a little fast, right? But he ain't ready now. If Naoya Inoue vacates those belts right now, he would have to fight the guy he lost to. That would be it. But I wanted to see the Cuban superstar fight him because I thought he would fare well against him. I thought he had skill. Apparently not. The lamplight, the sport of boxing, the amount of dedication, the amount of discipline that you need to have in this sport, it shows sometimes when your favorite fighter doesn't show up. It's unfortunate that when you see your favorite fighter, the next time you see him, he has a decretion instead of being a better version. Then you're looking at him like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Just case in point, Errol Spence Jr. From the last time we saw Errol Spence Jr. to that performance, Terrence Crawford, they weren't. He's not the same man. He got worse to me. That layoff, the ring rust, it all showed its ugly face. You see, and that's not it is his fault. That's his fault. You take 2.5 years, that's your fault. So, what were you doing that you had to take that much time off? You see, so and that's what I mean about the Japanese superstar. The Japanese superstar, this dude is just dedicated. He is truly focused, and I talk about that because when it's all said and done, you only have a small window where you're going to be a professional athlete, and then a even smaller window at the tail end of your career when you are no longer at the elite level in your sport. You can still play the sport, but you're not at an elite level in your sport. Some of the legends and the greatest were able to still do it at a high level at the end of their career, which is very phenomenal. Not many men and women can do that, though. For most of us, regular humans on the planet, you have a tail end of your career, where you can't just fight all the young puppies coming up. So, and that's where I want to see what happens at the tail end of his career. It's an amazing night for boxing, historical night for boxing. Where do they place the Japanese superstar? You can't deny him. I believe right now we could honestly say he is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world right now. And if they don't give it to him and they still put Terrence Crawford as the number one fighter in the world, now I'm going to say fuck you, and that's biased. And they're picking favoritism because just like they said it about the Japanese superstar, and we stayed humble and we were like, you know what? All right, cool, Terrence Crawford, you got that. I was humble with it. I accepted it. I said, you know what? I'm not going to argue that point. If that's the way they want to do it, then fine. But Allow this fight to happen. Right after this fight, we'll see what's up. And then now the fight's happened and it's done with. Okay. And now I'm like, nah, if you don't give it to him now, then you guys are a bunch of fucking haters. Okay. You guys just don't want to give it to him because he's fucking Japanese and he's little. All right. That's all you're fucking doing, bro. You know, and since you got a more marketable name, like Terrence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez, it seems like Canelo Alvarez is one of the only fighters that can come off the pound for pound list, go back on, off, on, and they can put him wherever he wants. You know, he's truly remarkable with that guy. But if they don't give him the pound for pound right now, man, fuck them. Fuck them. You know, I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. You know why? Because now for all the shit they said about the Japanese superstar, and I was like, all right, cool. You want to say he's steroids? You want to say he's hand wraps? You want to call him a hype job? You want to say all this stuff about him? You want to say that, oh, he's beat nobody. He's this and that. He's this. What's up now? What's up now? Now the day has come. We're here. We are here now. They can't deny him, bro. They can't deny him. What's up, Jose? Staying in the 100 training, letting his body adjust before 126. Spence had 2 years layoff. He needed to retire. I don't think he needed to retire, Errol Spence Jr. I just think he needed to get serious back with boxing. Sometimes when there's a fighter that had a lot of motivation and everything, but they never had that kind of money. One thing about boxing and success is that you ever have a lot of money, then you fucked up that money, right? And you said, if I ever get that money again, I would do it different, because you got to learn what it's like to have money. People that were broke don't know how to manage money. They're usually going to go broke again because they don't know what it's like to manage money. People that work for $1 and sweat for it, they don't spend it that fast because they busted their ass for that money. They're like, fuck that, they save it. So a person that works versus a person that doesn't, there's a difference, right? Okay. So what happens in the sport is sometimes some of these fighters get money and they're distracted by that. They're moving into new houses. They're getting other cars, families, and vacations, and making memories, and they forget what got them that. They forget that what they were doing got them all of this, and now they stayed in that there, and they're giving less effort in the gym. He was out for 2 years. Why? Because of the car crashes and the lifestyle he was living. Why? Because of the partying. That's on him. He didn't get in one car accident. He got into 2 and then attached retina. These are all the things he's doing. Had he not been out partying, he wouldn't have got in that car accident. So whose fault is that? His. He was out for 2 years. Yeah, you know what? You took that massive ass whooping. You got nobody to blame but yourself. That's on you. Listen, leading into that fight with Terrence Crawford, I think it was like 7.5 months leading into the fight. I made a video on this. I don't know exactly which one it is, right? But I did make a video on it, right? Errol Spence Jr. was filmed coming in the airport with his kids coming off vacation. And he's supposed to be coming into the biggest fight of his life against Terrence Crawford, and he was coming on vacation. That goes to show you where he was at in his career. And he's coming off by that time, it was like a 16-month layoff, and then the rest was like 2 years, right? Right. That's on him. That's on him. So, you know, fighters can be like, oh, make excuses. Oh, yeah, 2 years. He did this. He did this. Yeah, we're all aware of it. And we are all aware whose fault that is. His. Facts. I noticed boxing has a lot of favoritism and race cards, haters. Yeah, Is U.S. Monster undisputed two-time champion in 1 year, and that's amazing. You speak facts. Yes, it is truly amazing, and and I won't stop saying it because it's easy to say, and I understand it rolls off the tongue like, oh, two Division 4 belts, and yeah, that's pretty cool, and walk away, right? I don't think you understand what that's like, bro. Do me a favor, get off your couch. Train for 10 years. Come up in the amateurs. And get yourself in a ranking position. Win fights. Don't get knocked out in front of your family. And get yourself in position just to fight for the IBO. Win the IBO. It's a secondary title. It's not even considered a world title. Just win that. Right? And then put yourself in position to get a shot at just one of these major sanctioning bodies. And after 15 years, perhaps, of hard work and dedication and crafting your skills, you just might win one. Now you're talking about maybe going after other ones, going to different weight divisions. Are you fucking with me right now? Bro, you have to be a winner. You're not losing. One loss can set your career back 2 or 3 years. One loss. The level of difficulty that I don't think a lot of people understand. I don't think they understand. Mark, what's up? Do I think he can become a 3-division, 4-time belt holder? I've talked about this. This is all I've been talking about. Look, the problem that I get mad when I bring up this conversation right now is because I believe he can do it if based off of skill. If you give this man the opportunity to do it and you were to say, yo, when no one's going to get in your way, straight up, give me the champions you got and let's fight to see who wins. I think he can do it. Politics aside, I don't think they're going to allow him to do it. I think they're going to tell the champions not to give him fights. They're going to get in his way, put a lot of distractions. They're going to try to find a fight to either cheat him or rob him in. There's a lot of things they're going to try to do, I believe. I don't think everybody is just as happy as all of us are. Okay, there are fans and there are people out there that have a lot of money that are really, really highly regarded in the sport. And they don't want their favorite fighters' records taken out. They don't want their record taken out. They're not happy. They still like being that person in the party, right, with their rich friends. I still hold that record. Yeah. Yes, I am in the Boxing Hall of Fame. Yes. Bro, out with the old, in with the new. And when some of these people have influences on other people, they're going to try to make it difficult for him. And that's why I said he's going to need Top Rank. He's going to need Bob Arum. If you're going to swim with the sharks, you need a shark. Don't put no stupid promoter in there trying to get you these fights that nobody respects. You need a fucking killer, a shark killer like Bob Arum. One of them motherfuckers that'll stab you in the back over a deal, that's Bob Arum. You need him. Sometimes it sucks when you go up against men like that because Bob Arum will fuck you over. Yes, he will. But a lot of people have fucked him over too. He lost a lot of money in fights. It's a dog-eat-dog world. But if you're going to be in a dog-eat-dog world, you want a shark with you. And Naoya Inoue got one. He got Bob Arum. He needs to use him. Yes, he does. I think no matter what, he'll have to come to U.S. now move up with, yeah, of course. But Japan is smart to US, is smart to US, is more business. They know that. Okay, first of all, no matter what kind of business they're doing in Japan, that Japanese dude that's always in the ring with Naoya Inoue, that he be hugging him besides his dad, you guys know exactly who he is. He's like the Japanese Bob Arum over there. He's affiliated now with Bob Arum and Top Rank. Top Rank has like 25 Bob Arums out there that work under him. He gets men that are exactly almost like him and have the same mind and but are in those countries. They all answer to him. Yeah, that's how that works. So they're always constantly rubbing business. Business and boxing still, you can still do business and boxing till this day in a shoebox with shoebox money. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's like, nigga, you could have a fucking 20,000 in a fucking Nike shoe case and go, you know, get it in and promote fights. You could give fighters cash in some events. Yeah, in some aspect, boxing is still a cash sport. And in some instances, you get paid before you even get in the ring for some contracts. So boxing's that kind of sport. But when you're up there, you're not dealing with fucking Nike box money with Naoya Inoue and Tapales kind of money. Now that's real deal money. These are all the operations. Top Rank is what I'm trying to tell you guys is a big organization. They've been around for a long time. Bob Arum has a lot of connections, and you're not pushing around Bob Arum. I tell you what, Bob Arum knows where the bodies are at. He didn't get where he's at in this kind of sport. This, you mean Bob Arum hangs around with the toughest men on the planet. He argues and does shady business with killers. That's who he's around all day, every day. You do not think that Bob Arum doesn't have 3 or 4 killers behind him at all times, just walking around? That's why he has that. He's been in this business for what, 40 years, 20, 30 years, and you're gonna need that kind of man to kick open the front doors to demand those title fights for you. And if you got Bob Arum in your corner, bro, utilize that motherfucker. That's all I'm saying. Because truth be told, guys, come on, man. Let's be honest, guys. If the PBC, they get some of them belts, you think they're going to hop on, jump in and fight the Japanese superstar? Go. Tell me that the PBC fighters is going to give Naoya Inoue title fights. Let me see if you guys are honest. Bob Arum's like 92 years old. He's going to outlive all of us. That fucker. He's going to outlive. Yo, bro, he was promoting Ali. You guys do know that, right? In fact, Bob Arum was a lawyer that came into promotion boxing with his first boxing match he ever promoted boxing. The first boxer he ever promoted and came in for was Ali. Well, actually, he didn't promote Ali. He came in to work for the people that was promoting Ali. In fact, it's not like he was Ali's promoter. No. He worked with them. Yeah. And then later on, he became his own promoter. And then he promoted later down the line. He did, in fact, promote Ali later on. But not in the, when he first came in, he just came into the project as a lawyer, as a consultant and shit like that. If my memory serves me correctly. Yeah, that's how that went. But he's been around since fucking Ali, nigga. Yeah, man, bro. I just wish to the whole. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You saw that? I gotta watch it. I want to watch it. It's good to know about that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's history. These are histories. Look as you guys can see, I got new posters. I even got Floyd. Shouts out to my sister that bought me that poster for Christmas, and I told her I'm gonna put it up. Floyd Mayweather is a legend for our sport. He did a lot for our sport, and whether you love or hate him in any way, those are the men that have catapulted our sport and put it on their shoulders when it was going down and brought eyes and kept the sport alive. And for that, I respect all my legends of the sport in the game. Salute to them. And yeah, only a few fighters at PBC fight like the true fighters multiple times a year. And yeah, John, it doesn't matter if the PBC fighters fight multiple times a year. What matters is that a PBC fighter get their hands on one of the titles at 126. If one of their fighters grab the title at 126, they can keep away. Like, for instance, right? Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko and Naoya Inoue are both signed to Top Rank. That would be an easy fight to make. They're both in-house fighters. Bob Arum can go, yeah, you. That fight is done. That's in-house. You see? Where that Tank Davis, even though he's like Tank Davis promotion now, right? And he gets legal advisement from Al Heyman, right? Okay. So yeah. He's not signed to Mayweather anymore. Tank Davis is doing Tank Davis promotion, but I think he's signed under the PBC under like legal representation or advisement. Some shit. There's some kind of loophole. I think he's in there like that. That would be a hard fight to do because Tank Davis would fight on Showtime. Showtime, I'm retired, so I don't know what banner he's gonna go under what network. See, a lot of these things I have to find out. I have to look back up whether he's gonna switch over to the Zone or another network, and what promotional companies the Zone works with, because all that shit starts to factor in. And if the PBC fighter doesn't fight on the Zone and he ain't fucking, how Bob Arum and PBC, they at each other's throats like this all the time for stealing each other's fighters all the time. So if the PBC guys get their hands on the belt and Naoya Inoue is from Top Rank, they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna fucking fight. And that's why, how the hell are you gonna get him to unify all three belts at a third weight division if you can't get these fights signed? Are you okay, Ralphie? Ralphie, are you a new subscriber to the channel? You do know Foster lost already, right? Right? And Vargas is not going to beat that Mexican dude. He ain't beating. Listen, those Mexican guys are good. They're crafty. They're strong. They can take a punch. Had it been a better skilled Mexican fighter that you're talking about, maybe, but not him. Not him. He's not beating the Japanese superstar. That's not happening. I don't see it happening. I've seen better fighters than that fight against the Japanese superstar. And that's why I'm saying Donier was better than that Mexican. It's not happening. I think Rodriguez is better than that Mexican, bro. Yeah, man. Nah, he ain't beating him, bro. I know the Mexican is tough, though. I'm thinking about a couple of his fights right now. It's starting to come back into my head. No, that dude is tough, man. He's fucking tough. They're all tough until they get in the ring with the Japanese superstar. They're all tough until and then the fight looks different to you, doesn't it? You're like, wait a minute, man. I thought my guy was really fucking tough, badass. And then they fight against a Japanese superstar, and it's a total different fight. You're like, shit. It didn't go the way I thought, huh? And Foster, just because he's lengthy and long, doesn't convince me. I've already talked about that. I don't think so. The Japanese superstar has fared well against that same style of opponent. Foster does bring the elements that I talk about: height, reach. You got to bring something to the table. You can't be evenly matched with him and expect to beat him. He's too skilled. Unless you bring his skill, and I don't see anybody in that ballpark anywhere near him. You know, So, like I said, it's going to have to be somebody that's up and coming, that hasn't had the bright lights on him, and I haven't had the opportunity because of the way the streaming networks work today. It's not like regular TV anymore, and it's hard to sometimes cover a lot of these guys and to keep up the pace with them. So I know there's got to be someone out there right now that's just going to sneak up, and present a better challenge for the Japanese superstar. Tapales has a plan, a good plan too, but it still wasn't good enough. Uh Toothpick, what's up? Mark, what's up? Yeah, listen, Toothpick, you're exactly right. Everybody has a plan coming into the fight with the Japanese superstar. And the way that the Japanese superstar, and what's so special about him, is that he's able to recognize things and make proper adjustments during the fight. See, he gave Marlon Tapales a certain look at the first 2 rounds. I noticed that. But by the third round, he was no longer giving him that look. Then Marlon Tapales started to make what I believe was an error, where his foot placement was on the wrong side. But at the same time, a man that skilled, not knowing where to put his foot, maybe he was doing that intentionally. He was trying to bait the Japanese superstar coming in. Some people would say, oh, look what he was doing wrong. Not a man that's with that much fighting experience. Not a man that a two-time world champion. I didn't buy that. When I heard the guy saying, no, his foot is at the wrong side, he's moving into the right, leaning, and he wanted the Japanese superstar to see that, to see exactly that, to make it look like, oh, look, he's putting his foot right there. Soon as he leans in, I'm going to hit. Boom. I think he was going to get hit with something big. That's setting someone up. Sometimes you got to make mistakes to get them to say, oh, look, he's stupid. He's doing this. And the next thing he knows, he's waking up with the flashlight. Who's stupid? You see? And that's why the Japanese superstar saw that he was coming in with the wrong step and leaning in, and he didn't go after that. I think he recognized that he was setting a trap for him, because neither man bit on the bait. Neither of them. He was setting the trap, and I think he did, because I can tell you one thing right now. Naoya Inoue noticed that. He noticed he was putting his foot on the wrong side, and he would notice, and he said, if I'm fighting a lefty, you're doing what you're not supposed to be doing, fighting me. And you think I'm going to fall for that? So that when I go like this, you kabang, I'll get He didn't fall for it. He didn't fall for it. And that was great. And that was awesome. A lesser fighter would have been like, oh, look how this idiot's doing. He don't even know what he's doing. Pop. Would have got rocked. And that's what I believe was happening. The only reason why we didn't get to see it unfold, because neither of them took the bait. Yeah. Ah. Tapales' plan was to give Naoya Inoue the belt. That's savage. That's his plan, to walk in and give him the belt. Hey yo, here's my belt. That was his only plan. Yo, he went. Here's the belt. Give me the money. I'm out. Yo. It's crazy, man. Listen, you can't say that he just walked them down and walked through them though. You know, I don't in this instance I can honestly say that Marlon Tapales did not hand him his belts. Marlon Tapales was there to fight. Naoya Inoue took his belts. He took them. If you Marlon Tapales said, if you want these belts, you're gonna have to come take them. He came and took them. That's exactly what you saw there, because there was no rolling over for Marlon Tapales, and I do not believe he was there for a paycheck. He was in there to win this fight 100%. And if Naoya Inoue was going to take those belts and Top Rank was pressuring Marlon Tapales to take this fight, and the powers that be did want to see Naoya Inoue fight this fight, well, then he said, well, then I'm going to fight you. And he did exactly that. But I believe that those punches did weigh on him, and the Naoya Inoue finished him off. It was an impressive fight, great night for boxing. I'm going to want to come in and do another better breakdown on it, not so early in the morning, but I'm gonna cut this video right here short. I still have some gifts I gotta unwrap and for my daughter and builds and stuff. I have a lot of stickers to put together. So listen, fight fans, if you enjoyed the show, please give the videos a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the videos. And I'll be on again, and we'll talk some more about the Naoya Inoue result and where does he go from here. Who do we want to see him fight next? And you guys just let me know. All right. So listen, great fight, great morning, another dub victory. Thank you for all the love and the support. I hope you guys like the studios coming along, you know, making some changes and everything. Got a new laptop, so things are coming along much better now. So listen, fight fans. Um, Yes, sir, Stan. Love you. You guys take it easy, and I'm on to the next one. Oh, wait, Mark, I'm excited to see you give insight for futures fights. Yep, at 126, 130. Yes, and I am excited to bring them to you. Oh, one more time. I got to show it. I got to show it off. Round one sports talk sweater. Yo, my shouts out to my older brother, Jose. He made this happen for me. He surprised me with this. It was real awesome, man, and I want to thank him for that. Why, everybody? Dan, what's up, baby? Thank you for subscribing. Ralphie, on to the next one. Love you guys. Peace.